What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. We got to talk about this Lakers and Nuggets series because the Lakers just struggle so bad with the Denver Nuggets, and I think there's a lot of reasons why, and it's not just one thing. And a lot of it has to resort to, or comes back to being the Nuggets are just really damn good at basketball. But the Lakers are doing some things that are absolutely shooting themselves in the foot, and the Nuggets are taking full advantage of it. And I think that these things need to be talked about because we can blame Darvin Ham, and that's definitely part of this, but it's not the whole picture. So we're going to kind of go over what's happened in the last 10 games where the Lakers are 0-10 against the Nuggets, and particularly 0-2 in this first round series, and break down why it's just been such a mess and why this series could easily be 2-0 Lakers if they had their heads on straight. Before I do, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Please like the video. But the Nuggets are just straight out a very damn good team. They're the reigning champions. They're awesome. They have the best player in the world. They have a great point guard that rises in the playoffs. They have awesome role players. And they have everything you need to be a championship team. The Lakers have a lot of those same things with some minor quirks that they can't get over. And every game is the same. Every game's the same. The Lakers play well for 44 out of 48 minutes. Roughly comes down to those last 4 minutes in every game where it's a 3 to 5 point game. Lakers are winning or right there, right at the edge. And the Nuggets in those 4 minutes execute 1,000 times better than the Lakers. And it's very simple as to how do they do it, right? The Lakers, when it comes down to those pressure moments, those last 4 minutes, they hunt switches, which a lot of teams do, but they hunt switches to ISO. And that is a great way to get eliminated in the playoffs against a great team. Because when you're hunting to ISO, you're hunting to go one-on-one. It basically freezes out the other 4 guys on offense and makes sure that they're just standing in the corner, they're standing on the wing, they're not really moving. There's no movement. It's very easy to dial it down for the defense to, go one-on-one, we'll live with it. And if you try and drive, guess what? We're waiting because your guys didn't cut. And the Lakers will resort to ISOing, and that might get you some points here and there. But it's not sustainable. You're not going to have a 4-minute stretch very often where one player can just absolutely dominate the other team. It just very rarely happens that way, especially in the clutch. The Nuggets, in those same 4 minutes, offensively, run their offense. They don't change. They might simplify what they do, but the core essence of what they do is Jokic pick and rolls, Jamal Murray, Jokic pick and rolls, and then they're working with Porter Jr. off ball, cutting. They have KCB cutting. They have Aaron Gordon waiting in the dunker spot, setting screens on the back doors. They have everybody doing some sort of action. And that's all happening behind Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic doing their thing. So as soon as the Lakers don't trap or don't double, now it's one-on-one, but then they get by, and they're not the one they're looking to score to, but they're also looking for their guys that were cutting, that were trying to get open. So guys like Aaron Gordon, like Michael Porter Jr., like KCP are in rhythm. And then you get those big threes like Michael Porter Jr. had in game 2 that tied the game. Dudes don't get those if they're not in the flow of the offense. You're going to be frozen, and asking someone that hasn't touched the ball in 3 minutes to hit a big shot is not as easy as it sounds. So as to where the Lakers shrink up and try and ISO, the Nuggets try to work their best players and to work the other guys off ball to get them involved. That's a huge, contrast in how these teams play. And the Nuggets are far more successful at it. And I think another thing that really the Lakers they don't have the size needed to clog the lanes up, and they don't have somebody else to put on Jokic. If Anthony Davis isn't on him, or put it this way, if Anthony Davis is on him, they're cooked behind there. If the ball gets behind them, that's a layup every time. There's nobody there for backdoor help. I can't tell you how many times it looked like a layup drill with Jamal Murray and Jokic, especially in game 2. So many of them just wide open layups, no help defense. And the Nuggets on the other side, all 5 guys are working hard on defense. Even Jokic. Jokic has been very good through the first couple games on defense, and Anthony Davis has played great. When you have Anthony Davis playing great, LeBron's played great. Okay, Jokic has played great. Jamal Murray's come up when they needed him to, obviously. Now we got to get to the other guys. And particularly I want to talk about the benches, because the benches is a very big difference too. Lakers have 17 bench points through 2 games. That's 8.5 bench points in those games. And they're all scored by Taurean Prince. Nobody else has scratched. That's a problem. The Denver Nuggets have, I think, 29 bench points in those 2 games. So you're getting about six more points a game off the bench. And when the games are decided by 1 and 2 points, you can see where I'm getting at there. Put it this way, the Lakers have lost the first 2 games by a total of 13 points, and the bench difference is 12 in those 2 games. So take that how you may. And also, particularly in Game 2, the Lakers always have this crazy tendency, we're going to go away from whatever was working. We're going away from it. I don't care if it worked for the first 24 minutes and we're up 20. We're going away from it. Second game, first half, they're trapping every Jamal Murray and Jokic pick and roll. And it works out great because it's forcing them to have to give the ball up earlier and then have to go get it back, which kills your offense a little bit. The Lakers in the second half were like, nah, we're not going to do that anymore. Let's just let them go do their thing in a 2-on-2, and then on the backside they've got all this action going, and we don't have the perimeter defenders to keep up with it. That's another problem, is that that's what they're doing. They're going away from what works every single time. The offense was, in the beginning, fast flowing. Everybody's touching the ball. Everybody's getting assists. Everybody's getting rebounds. Everybody's getting layups. Everybody's in a good mood. Second half, they don't do it. They don't do it, especially in the clutch. That's where we end up in this ISO stuff, and they get cooked. I think the perimeter defense is a very big difference between these 2 teams, with the Nuggets having KCP, who's an all-NBA level perimeter defender. That guy is very damn good. Aaron Gordon, same thing. Michael Porter Jr. actually gives a damn on defense most times now. Peyton Watson, very athletic, hustle defender. Christian Braun, same thing. All those dudes want it because they know that if we work as hard as we can on defense, it's going to help Jamal and Jokic not have to do as much on that end. And then it's going to open up opportunities for us in transition. We're going to get dunks. We're going to get to play fast. We're young. This is what we want to do. The Lakers do not have point of attack perimeter defense at all. Their best one is Jared Vanderbilt, and he's not even playing. Anthony Davis is great as a help defender. He's great one-on-one, but you can't ask him to guard 5 guys. Not going to happen. LeBron's too old for this. D'Angelo Russell's not a defender. Austin Reeves is not a defender. Rui Hachimura is not a defender. None of these guys are great at the point of attack, and it's just leaving way too many lanes. And it's making it light work for the Nuggets to get where they want to get at the most important times. So to put it simply, I think the Nuggets, have a great roster. I do think the Lakers roster is comparable while it has different weaknesses, but it also has different strengths. I would say the Lakers role guys are typically more potent in terms of scoring, but in this series, when you have better defense against those guys, it's not going that way. I think there's a huge coaching just difference with the Nuggets. As much as Laker fans don't like Mike Malone, that guy is a baller of a coach. And Darvin Ham, it's just doesn't belong in a men's league. It's rough when you watch those 2 things because you can see one team adjusting and one team going away from whatever works, not adjusting, and then wondering why it failed. That's a huge difference in the series. In the last 10 games, a lot of it's been coaching. But then you also have the difference in the role players. You also have I would just put it simply, the Nuggets have the best player in the world, and that gives you points when your best player can go out there, give you 30, 20, and 15, and make it look easy make it look like he's not even trying. And then the second guy being Murray, who just always steps up. And it's at the most important times. You watch the Game 2 game winner, he did his thing on an incredibly tough shot. And if you watch that playback, it's this thing's going in. That's the way the game went. Everything kind of just culminated to that moment for the Nuggets and for the Lakers too, because they fell apart. But my main problem is that all these games have the same story, the same recipe, everything is the same. The Lakers play well in the beginning, they play okay in the third quarter, they collapse in the late fourth quarter. Nuggets maybe start off a little slow, figure it out as the game is going, as they're adjusting, figuring out what they want to do, and then they stick with what they know is going to work, and then maybe simplify it just to make it easier, and sometimes you just got to dumb basketball down. The Lakers just don't do that. They go way too far to the other end of it and try to go one-on-one in ISO, and that doesn't work in the playoffs against great teams. It very rarely ever has, because you just need the other guys to be really good too, and the Nuggets get that. Anyway, what do you think the main issues have been for the Lakers with the Nuggets in the last couple of years? Because they just simply have not been able to get over that hurdle. My main problem is it's been the same damn thing every single time. And you would think if we're screwing up this every game the same way, that it would get figured out. And granted, last year the Nuggets were hitting some crazy shots. This year they're just out hustling them, and they're just making the smarter plays. And they have the best player in the world. They have better coaching. They're a really damn good team. The Lakers are a good team, but they're running into the same problem over and over and over again. And that leads me to believe that somebody's not doing something, and it's probably the guy that's supposed to be running the team. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Please like the video, but I do think this has been by far the most entertaining series to watch, and I think it's one of those series that if the Lakers could just not screw up the final 4 minutes every single time, this could be a very intriguing series. But until they prove that they can stick together for 4 minutes and run an offense, I have no reason to believe that they're going to be able to do anything to Denver. And shout out to Denver, because they've just been killing it. And I have no reason, as a Laker fan, I have no reason to be mad at them. I think that what they do is awesome because they play great together. And I'm not going to hate on that. So, thanks for watching. I'm done. Peace.